Hi guys, it's Sam and I am back today with another book review for you guys. Today I'm reviewing Phantom's Dance by Lesa Howard. So before I start this review, I just want to say that I did receive this book from the author in exchange for a free and honest review. So let us get started with that review. The book follows Christine, a 17-year-old dancer. Her family, her parents, and herself have uprooted their lives from elsewhere in Texas to move to Houston so she can attend the prestigious Rizzo Academy of Dance. And I'm sure I'm not saying that word right because I don't know French. But if you know how to pronounce it, please let me know down in the comments so I am aware. So she has started to attend the school full-time, 5 days a week, while taking online classes to finish out high school. It's pretty demanding, and there's a lot going on in her life. Her parents are separated, her dad moved to Norway. She doesn't really quite know why, but she soon discovers that some stuff went on between her parents that she wasn't aware of before. She's facing a lot of pressures at the school because there's a lot of competition among the dancers so they can get into prestigious dance troupes, and she is facing her first boyfriend. She's never had a boyfriend before, and of course she is facing debilitating performance anxiety, which has caused her to lose out on auditions in the past. So she's just dealing with a lot, Christine. There's a lot going on in her life, a lot of pressures and things. So at one point in the book, when she is leaving the school, she sees this figure entering the theater next to her school, and she thinks it's her friend Van, who she knows has been trying to plant evidence that will hopefully lead a paranormal research group that he sees on TV to their school to investigate. He keeps trying to plant evidence, make it look like their theater's haunted, so they will come investigate and he can be on TV. She's already told him to knock it off because there's been some break-ins and stuff into people's offices, and weird things have been happening that she doesn't think he's done, but she's afraid that he'll be blamed for if it's caught. He is planting evidence, so-called paranormal evidence. So she thinks it's him entering the theater and ignoring her warnings. So she goes after him to get him to leave and not to do anything else so he won't get into trouble. But when she enters the theater, she discovers Van's not there, and she thinks that she's alone until she hears this disembodied voice from behind the curtain, a man identifying himself as Eric. And Eric promises her that if she comes back every night, he can help to teach her to perfect her performance and her technique and help her to become the most amazing dancer ever. And Christine, who's facing an audition and all that entails, agrees because she's desperate to kind of perfect her technique and advance on to the next level. So she thinks that he is telling her the truth, and he tells her that the reason he's not showing himself is because he was disfigured in a fire and he doesn't want her to see, but he will still help her. And she believes him and trusts him, and she keeps coming back every night. But pretty soon, Christine discovers that Eric is not quite what he seems, and that she soon discovers just what his level of obsession is with her, and things get a little bit creepy really quick. So overall, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. It was my first contemporary read, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I think that it held just the right level of romance, and it had this mystery to it and this psychological thriller aspect that I found really entertaining. And so I was just engaged the whole time. It kept me going, kept me wanting to read it, and I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Lesa Howard's writing style. I enjoyed the language that she used, and I thought that she portrayed older teenagers in a very accurate way. I think this book also dealt with a lot of issues. I think it dealt with divorce and anxiety and social pressures and other such things, and I think she did it in a really realistic and accurate way that I appreciated. It wasn't like she didn't overblow everything or make everything seem overly dramatic. She just dealt with it in a very realistic way, I think. Also, this book was told from Christine's perspective, and I think that she did a very good job in portraying a 17-year-old and their thought process, I believe, and the level of angstiness, I think, was appropriate for that age as well. But it wasn't like overly so. It wasn't like, you know, Harry Potter book 5 where it was just ridiculously angsty. It was just done really well. I also appreciated the romance in this book. I want to say that it's really romance heavy. She just gets her first boyfriend, and it turns out that he's a sweet guy, but I think that she dealt with Christine's anxiety with having a boyfriend really, really well, something I could relate to. I could totally relate to how she was feeling, especially there was one moment in the book where they were texting each other and she was overanalyzing everything that she was texting him and how it seemed stupid. I could totally relate to that moment. I just thought she did it really well. It was just the right level of mystery. It was just the right level of romance. Everything was just done really well. For me, as this being my first contemporary read, I was pretty impressed and I was pretty happy with it. I can see how people like to read contemporary style books. They're just fun reads. And I would recommend this to anybody that does like contemporary and they like some mystery with a little bit of thriller. It was just a really enjoyable read, and I think more people should pick it up because I was quite impressed. It was a really good book. So, yes, 4 out of 5 stars to Lesa Howard. That was my review of Phantom's Dance. Please let me know down below what your thoughts were on this book, if you've read it, and if you have any other questions about this book, just let me know. And until next time, guys, happy reading and bye!